Good evening, Heat Nation. Heat win. And when the Heat wins, no child goes hungry. No country goes to war. Not a single bullet is fired in violence. Oh, how I wish. And it's not yet Halloween, but the Hornets still managed to give us a scare. The truth is this, okay? This is not a big one, obviously, in the sense of, again, it's still the beginning of the season. We're just starting, and we won. This is the fifth straight outing against the Hornets that we win. So it's not like we weren't expected to win. Again, this is the 18th loss in 22 games that the Hornets play at home on a back-to-back. And it really doesn't matter what happens in terms of who did what. This was a very, very necessary and also expected win. Even though I know that last season expected wins did not come easy, they did come against the Hornets. We were up 14, and all of a sudden, in under a minute, they cut the lead to 5. The end of the game, if it weren't for Butler closing the way that Butler did, especially Herro again, right, closing the way that Herro did, we would have been in trouble because they cut the lead to 3. With just about 4 minutes to go, and that was basically consistent throughout that last stretch of the game. And we barely broke 100. It's true. It's not that we barely broke 100. We broke 100. We did some, but that was more in the very late parts of the game. Very forgettable and horrible first quarter, as my friend Josh Howard says in the Facebook group that we have. And unfortunately, that 23 tied first quarter just seemed like it was going to be a horrible offensive night, horrible defensive night. And no, again, right, Spo had a little bit of time to work with the players this time. Not so much going on. There's not a ceremony, unfortunately, on Monday. The revelation of statue is tomorrow. Why do another ceremony on Monday? I don't understand. I don't like ceremonies in game days. I actually recorded a whole video about it, but forget about it. The most important point is that Jimmy Butler did get to his game finally. And what I have to say is this. I have a couple of things to say. First of all, I don't know who said it. This is not a slight on the person whatsoever. I understand the sentiment. I don't call any fan a fake fan. If you became a fan yesterday, you're not a fake fan. If you're a guy that watches preseason games, regardless of what the Heat is doing or not doing, and this is the first time you're doing that in your life, I respect you as a fan. You're not a fake fan. Whether or not you're knowledgeable fan is a different story. Like I said, that's why it's my worthless half a penny every time that I record a bigger video. But this time, again, I'm happy that Butler got going. Bam, not so much in terms of offense, but still flirting with that triple-double. I think Butler finished tonight with 24 points, 8 assists, and 7 rebounds. Bam was close, I think, with 8 rebounds and 6 assists, if I'm not mistaken, but 12 points only. Herro closed the night with 21 points or 22 points. Don't remember how many rebounds. I didn't see the box score. I know we finished with about 8 steals, about 19 turnovers. Most of them forced one way or another. But again, right, the guy on this Team to Beat podcast, which I highly recommend you guys watching, was just very adamant that Spo does not close with Jovic. Why use the kid at all if the kid is not going to be played? But the truth is this. Jokic is a closer. He just was in foul trouble in the first game against Orlando in the first half, and he couldn't be played as much. Just like Drew Smith, I'm pretty sure that Spo went in his pocket and for some reason put Drew Smith in before or with Burks, but pretty close one to the other. So we know that Burks got Highsmith's minutes this time. And Thomas Bryant, Thomas Bryant, in my opinion, just does Thomas Bryant stuff. Can't expect much from him. So every time he does something, I like the guy again, right? But you can't expect much from him. Whenever he does something great, he does something great. But what a way to close the game for Jimmy Butler, who was not doing well on the free throws. I think he got to a little bit over 60 or close to 70% at the end, but he was right under that 60% mark throughout the entire game until the very last minutes. All of a sudden, great offensive game from Jovic, great offensive game from Herro, great offensive game from Rozier. So it's not that Butler needs to be the bulk scorer. He doesn't, but he does need to score at a higher volume. He does need to be more. He does need to be present as Butler. Regardless of losing or not a step, you have enough offense in your team theoretically. And again, I say theoretically, right? Duncan Robinson, for example, I think today was 0 for 5 or 0 for 4 from 3 point. But he did get his drives. He did get a few points. He did energize the team in some ways. He did get that last, the one challenge as Poe used correctly, because it was indeed a charge that Duncan Robinson took. So, credit all around to the team. Every time that they fast pace, every time that they stop giving that extra, making that extra dribble, making that extra pass, making that extra step back, when they actually started being more aggressive in that sense, that's when they were more efficient. They were not organized on defense at all in the first quarter, a lot more organized in the second quarter, very organized in the third quarter, sloppy in the fourth quarter at times, great at other times, but again, the hustle. Alec Burks coming in, again, getting those Highsmith minutes. I think it was 3 for 4, right? I didn't see the box score. 3 for 4 from beyond the arc. So 9 points finishing the night. That's not at all bad from someone like Burks. That's exactly what we need from someone like Burks. That was PJ Tucker's, let's say, right? That for some reason some people are considering to have back in the team. It's ridiculous. But I'm not going to talk about that. What I'm going to talk about is this, okay? Price Picks kind of screwed us a little bit. Apologies for the word, but it did. It's what Price Picks does. They gave us a discount for 3 players. Well, one of them hasn't delivered, and that's why I missed one of my bets. But on that same bet, I put my Harden under. It was 23.5, which was pretty risky because he scored exactly 23 points. And Suggs, before I record this video, it was still like middle toward the end of the third quarter. He had 8 points. I put him at 11. So let's see what I got from them. Those are not the discounts because we missed on the Russell Westbrook. I think he scored 4 points, but he was supposed to score like 6.5 or 7 points. That's not what happened. So my picks, the ones that I actually chose for the channel, right? James Harden and Jalen Suggs, those seem to be paying out. Take a look at Suggs right now. Hopefully he did get to 3 more points, or does get to 3 more points. But in any case, happy night. It's a good night. Heat win. Those endorphins are in. Your expectations are met. If you're a fan, you expect whether you want to admit it or not, and that's why you get frustrated. That's completely understandable. In any case, everybody stay safe. Let's go Heat.